and welcome to the Cronkite File. I'm Austen Bundy. Well, after Sunday night's thriller of a Super Bowl, I'm sure no one wants to go back to politics. But Betsy DeVos was confirmed as the next Secretary of Education Tuesday, with Vice President Mike Pence needed to break the 50-50 tie in the Senate. The last time a vice president was needed to break a tie was Dick Cheney in 2008. The Senate also voted to limit debate on the nomination of Jeff Sessions as Attorney General. His confirmation vote will take place Wednesday. President Trump's controversial immigration order was met by more fierce opposition over the weekend, with 16 more states joining Washington's lawsuit against him. Trump tweeted Saturday, quote, "What is our country coming to when a judge can halt a Homeland Security travel ban and anyone, even with bad intentions, can come into the U.S.? I think it's fair to clarify that the White House has said that this order was both a ban and not a ban in several interviews and tweets. Also, the Constitution allows federal judges to halt executive orders if there is a question of legality. The order was also not implemented through the Homeland Security Department, but instead the State Department, as they are the only ones allowed to halt visas and affect immigration policy." But anywho, that's the way it is on both sides of the aisle. Now here's Lauren Bukoskey to fill us in on what went down in the big game Sunday night. Lauren?
Thank you, Austen. For anyone who left their Super Bowl parties early thinking the Falcons had it in the bag, I am sorry to tell you the Patriots stole the victory. In the first overtime Super Bowl game in history, every second counted in the fifth quarter as the first team to score would win. The Patriots won the Super Bowl 34-28 in a nail-biting last few minutes. The Falcons, led by Matt Ryan, were unstoppable and played great defense as they held the Patriots back. The Patriots were down most of the game 3-28 until the final quarter when Danny Amendola caught the two-point conversion that tied it up 28-28 and ultimately made another touchdown to end the game. Tom Brady had tears in his eyes as he was announced the Super Bowl 51 MVP. Brady said, quote, "I wasn't thinking too much. I was just thinking we gotta score. And then we scored the touchdown and it was 9, and then we got the turnover." It all started when the Patriots won the overtime coin toss, an 8-play drive, and ultimately scored. The game ended within minutes of the overtime quarter the way I don't think anyone expected. Saying the Patriots clinched their 5th win is an understatement. I mean, just look at how insanely close that touchdown was. That's it for This Week in Sports. Now let's go to Emily Taylor with more in entertainment.
The 2017 Super Bowl was filled with many must-see celeb moments I'll recap for you today. Several A-listers were spotted in the stands of Houston's NRG Stadium, including Ryan Seacrest, Olivia Culpo, Mark Wahlberg, and Usher. Country star Luke Bryan started the night off with a performance of our national anthem, followed by Hamilton's trio team, the Schuyler Sisters, who sang an a cappella rendition of America the Beautiful. If you listen close enough, they fittingly replaced the lyric brotherhood with sisterhood. We also can't forget about the hilarious cameos stars such as Melissa McCarthy and Justin Timberlake made in the greatly anticipated commercials, McCarthy starring for Kia and Timberlake for Bye. Lady Gaga's halftime show was a sight to see. After leaping off the stage for her final number, she was spotted backstage crying tears of joy. A source told E! News, open quote, "She was so happy with her performance. It was everything and more than what she expected," end quote. The 51st Super Bowl was definitely one for the books. That's all in entertainment. Now on to Sammee Lomibao with international news.
Thanks, Emily. In international news, 7% of priests in Australia's Catholic Church have been accused of sexually abusing children for several decades. This statistic was released during a hearing of Australia's Royal Commission into Institutional Responses to Child Sexual Abuse. Australia's Royal Commission has been investigating the church-related sexual abuse of children since 2013. According to surveys, commissioners found that between 1980 and 2015, 4,444 people reported they had been abused at more than 1,000 Catholic churches across Australia. Reports stated that the average age of the victims were 10-year-old girls and 11-year-old boys. These shocking results have led the Vatican to watch over these proceedings carefully. That's all in international news. Now let's go to Jennifer Alvarez and Madeline Holler with local and national news.
Thank you, Sammee. I'm Madeline Holler.
And I'm Jennifer Alvarez. Here's your Cronkite File news update. In local news, a new bill could have you facing up to 4 months in jail if you are found without an ID as a car passenger. House Bill 2305, proposed by Representative Anthony Kern, states all car passengers would need to carry a proper form of identification with them at all times. According to 12 News, this is not completely a new law, but is instead the possible revival of an old one. The details for minors in accordance with the new bill have not yet been released, but adults would be declared guilty of a Class 2 misdemeanor, which would allow up to 4 months in jail according to state law. Representative Kern said the new law would benefit police officers, while spokesman Steve Kyler said the new proposal just needlessly piles criminal penalties onto civil violations. Madeline?
In national news, an accidental shooting in Jacksonville, Florida occurred over the weekend. A 5-year-old girl was fatally shot and her 4-year-old neighbor was wounded as a result of the shooting. According to Jacksonville Sheriff Officer Chief Chris Butler, the 2 juvenile victims were unaccompanied in a Jacksonville apartment during the event of the shooting. As said by an article published by Fox News, Butler made the following statement to the Florida Times-Union. "We believe in the absence of any other information being developed that unfortunately this is a tragic, unfortunate accidental shooting." Butler went on to explain that the young girl's 8-year-old brother was deemed responsible for firing a single shot from a gun. His younger sister faced fatal wounds and the 4-year-old boy was not seriously wounded. Emergency services attempted to save the girl but were unsuccessful in doing so. Police say that the mother's significant other, 34-year-old Antonio Mobley, confessed his possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He was arrested and charged. Police believe that Mobley brought the gun into the apartment. The sheriff makes note that a therapist is being contacted to assist the 8-year-old brother who fired the gun. The Florida Department of Children and Family and the state attorney's office will also be in contact. Well, that's the time we have for this week. From everyone here at the Cronkite File, thanks for watching.